In today's episode, Russia is the leading democracy of the world and the United States is a police dictatorship. Training maniacs in Germany, the Ukrainian military boasts of the atrocities they commit against Russians. Another propagandist speculation about Ukrainians who have fled their homes because of Russian aggression. The Poles accuse Ukrainian refugees of Nazi behavior. Our analytical team at Detector Media is on constant watch, tracking the spread of the boldest fakes from Kremlin propaganda. I'm Vadym Miskyi, and for the next 10 minutes I'll guide you through the key facts. Let's get started. Russia is a major world democracy and the United States is a police dictatorship. This is the message promoted by Kremlin propagandists.
What's going on with Ukraine right now is the equivalent to, let's say China decided to go ahead and have missiles in Mexico pointed at the United States. We would be in Mexico tomorrow to get those Chinese out. That's essentially what happened with the Russians and Ukraine with NATO.
EU versus Disinfo analysts noted the case. They said that such messages are examples of Russian propaganda's standard anti-West narrative. However, only Russia's actions pose a threat to the security of the world.
When you look at President Putin's long-term strategic aims and objectives, there is no question. Russia is significantly worse off today than it was before its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, militarily, economically, geopolitically. Where Putin aimed to project strength, he's revealed weakness. Where he sought to divide, he's united. What he tried to prevent, he's precipitated. That outcome is no accident. It's the direct result of the courage and solidarity of the Ukrainian people and the deliberate, decisive, swift action that we and our partners have taken to support Ukraine.
Propagandists are trying to justify the war against Ukraine by claiming that Russia wants to spread true democracy. American military analysts have recognized the West's defeat in the war in Ukraine. This fake is being spread by Kremlin propagandists. They are promoting a foreign affairs article with the headline, "The West has lost, US reveals the truth about Ukrainian counteroffensive." The Insider Project drew attention to the case. In fact, the article says that Ukraine's offensive, no matter how successful, will not lead to an immediate end of the war. However, there is no mention of Russia's superiority on the battlefield or the West's admission of defeat. This has also been stated repeatedly by the American president.
Russia started this war, and Russia could end it today by withdrawing its troops from Ukraine, internationally recognized borders, and ceasing its assault. Until then, Ukraine's ability to defend itself is essential to being able to end this war permanently and through diplomacy. And this morning, I once more shared and assured President Zelensky, together with all G7 members and our allies and partners around the world, that we will not waver. Putin will not break our resolve as he thought he could 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago.
In this way, Russian propagandists are trying to divert attention from the problems with their own country's vulnerable borders, particularly in the Belgorod region.
Вот такая вот история. Она не закончится ни сегодня, ни завтра. Скорее всего, и завтра эта тема будет в эфире. Скорее всего, и послезавтра эта тема будет в эфире. Они завтра, к сожалению, будут обстреливать нашу Белгородскую область.
Чтобы избежать подобных проявлений русофобии, у нас в стране должно быть жестокое наказание. Как, допустим, это было в Советском Союзе, статья «Враг народа».
Russian propaganda unsuccessfully continues to promote the narrative that Ukraine is supposedly dependent on the West and its interest in the war, and this way it seeks to demoralize Ukrainians. During training in Germany, Ukrainian soldiers boast about the atrocities they commit against Russians. This is yet another fake spread by Kremlin propaganda. They claim that German authorities are silencing Ukrainian war crimes. The case was brought to the attention of fact-checkers at the Insider Project. They analyzed that Bundeswehr General Andreas Mallow gave an interview to the German TV channel NTV Nachrichten, where he spoke about the Ukrainian military. I quote, What impresses me deeply is the seriousness and motivation of the people who come to us. They are inquisitive and would prefer to keep learning and training as much as possible. You'd be booing Putin if you had at least some common sense. German Chancellor Scholz sharply responded to critics of providing weapons to Ukraine.
Kriegstreiber! Kriegstreiber ist Putin! Ist mit 200.000 Soldaten in die Ukraine eingemarschiert! Hat noch viele mehr mobilisiert! Hat das Leben seiner eigenen Bürger riskiert für einen imperialistischen Traum!
For more than a year now, Russian propaganda has been unable to change its failed rhetoric. It has been spreading the narrative that Ukrainians are supposedly Nazis and murderers. Polls accuse Ukrainian refugees of Nazi behavior. Russian propaganda is back with promoting the boring old fake. They claim that Warsaw is seeing more and more rallies against Poland's involvement in the war in Ukraine. This is a lie. Earlier, the Polish president compared the actions of the Russian invaders in Ukraine to the atrocities committed by the German Nazis during World War II.
Ale takie drastyczne było to, co działo się tu w Warszawie. W trakcie II wojny światowej, w szczególności w trakcie Powstania Warszawskiego, kiedy toczyły się tutaj walki i kiedy Niemcy bezwzględnie mordowali cywilnych mieszkańców stolicy. I niestety podobnie bezwzględna jest dzisiaj rosyjska agresja na Ukrainę.
This is what the chief ideologist of the so-called Russian world says. So who is the Nazi here?
Украина просто не должно существовать. А что должно существовать? Должен существовать единое пространство, евразийская держава, в которой различные народы, различные культуры, братские и родственные, родные и свои, как в социологии, должны жить в едином мире, в едином гармонии, в едином ансамбле.
Russian propaganda's attempts to blame Ukraine and the West for its own war crimes are simply ridiculous. So when will they get a new propaganda handbook? We will see. Stay tuned, Ukraine will win.